This is Soundoff60, Southwest Louisiana's premier sports show.
Coaching staff was just like, you need to go through the same routine you were going through in the minor leagues. It's going to happen. Yeah. Our skipper actually moved me up to the 2-hole in the order in the middle of that and said, hey, you're our guy, you're going to play, and we believe in you. And then got a few hits, started believing in myself.
Julio's coming back. Oh, forget it. The game's over. Forget it. The game's over. Oh, Julio.
Soundoff60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
It's a 60-minute show, boys and girls, but I do believe we might need about 3 hours to cover all the subjects.
It's been a rough week, Rick.
It's a rough weekend. We got a great show this week. Glad to have you aboard. The sports senator, he was tagged out last week, is back. Jim Gazzola,
Yes,
Kevin Guidry in the middle, Rick Serro here. All right, before we get started, Scooter Hobbs is not here for the second straight week, and for really sad reasons. His mother passed away late last week. He's dealing with that in Baton Rouge. So our thoughts and prayers go out to Scooter Hobbs.
Yes.
And the entire Hobbs family. He loses his mother. May she rest in peace at 86 years of age. Something tells me the patriarch, she had a good life at 86 years old.
I've had a number of chances to meet Scooter Mom, actually in Baton Rouge after some games. Yeah. And we actually met up at a restaurant one time, and they were sitting actually behind my wife and my girls. And she noticed me before Scooter did.
Really? Oh, sharp lady, huh?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
That's commentary of Hobbs. Did you see him ever slap him upside the head? I'd like to see moms slap their sons upside the head.
Just a sweet lady, Rick.
Thoughts and prayers to Scooter and his family. All right, let's kick it in high gear. Jim, Kevin, okay. Like I said, all right, let me lay the groundwork for both you guys, not just him. All right, we got a lot to cover, okay? All right, when you hear the bell, okay.
Stop talking.
Stop throwing punches.
Okay. All right.
And stop talking.
All right.
We gotta move.
Okay.
All right. That's the bell. Just like in the bout. We'll get to Alvarez and Golovkin later on in the show. Wow, that could take up 20 minutes of the show tonight. Football kicks it off, gentlemen. Great for LSU. Excuse me. Great for McNeese.
Yeah.
Not so great. Great here. Not so great.
Not so great, Rick. Not at all, Rick.
All right. Tigers lay an egg in Mississippi. You get the reference.
I get the reference.
They lay a big egg. All right.
It was a big egg.
This is shocking. This was a shocking loss.
Did you not listen to him last week?
A little bit.
Okay, there you go. Can't throw deep.
Thank you.
Compacts the
Thank
game.
you.
That starts the process.
Thank you.
Really? Starts the process.
Thank you.
We're just starting the process.
Somebody was listening to me last week.
You think that's why they got beat?
Let me tell you why.
I think that's why there were 8-9 men in the box most of the night.
Let me tell you why. And I like this guy.
18 seconds.
I like this guy.
Clock is ticking.
Rick.
We got a whole segment for LSU. What? In short, what?
Oh, my God. I don't know where to start, Rick.
You cannot start with
It's
because
like-
they couldn't throw deep.
They also couldn't catch the football.
No. My Tigers, let me get to the defensive side of it. This is what troubles me the most. You're the fastest, probably, defense in the SEC. The fastest. You cannot adjust to the read option. It takes you 2 quarters to even understand what Mississippi State is doing. Their quarterback, Rick, big guy, slow as all outdoors.
Doesn't matter.
You cannot make him pitch or make him get rid of the ball. That's all you've got to do. Now, I'm looking at Keys. I don't know what's going on. The kid like he's put on 20 pounds.
Arden Key.
I'm confused at the whole situation right now. Maybe Scooter has a better understanding of what's going on right now. Nobody on defense felt that was an urgency to say, hey, guys, look here. Better get this going because it's getting out of hand right about now. And
you buy into the
A lot
option?
of it.
Come on.
Lack of leadership.
I'm looking at the big
Look,
picture.
they had a lack of leadership, lack of focus, lack of preparation for the
Penalties,
opportunity.
Kevin.
penalties, there's no doubt. Now, granted, the first one, I think that was a given. Yes. The second one, I question the second one,
Are you
Rick.
talking about targeting now?
Targeting.
Oh,
I question.
Come on.
You can't touch the head.
I understand. But, Rick, you're a guy, 300 pounds. You cannot just stop. You can't just. Rick,
if
the
I
first
recall
one.
the play, Fitzgerald
Rick,
did this.
But, Rick.
He did this. He's waving to his mom. And the
Rick,
guy hits
wait,
him.
Rick.
Come on.
Honestly, Rick, I've been on that side of the ball. The first one, no doubt. Son, you're out. Go undress.
Right.
The second one, Rick, that's on the borderline, Rick.
I think the first
That's
one,
on the borderline.
The first one leads to the second one because of the optics. I also believe that when you touch the head, you're done, and
done.
that's what
Yeah.
they're saying.
You're done.
Do I think it was avoidable for him? I think he was in a tougher spot. He may
was.
not have gotten the targeting penalty if the first target hadn't happened.
Yeah.
He definitely would have
I
gotten the
agree.
15 yards, though.
I agree.
He definitely
I
gets the
disagree.
15 yards.
I think they were both targeting, and I think he could have pulled
I think
up.
they both were
You
under
got
the
to-
rules.
You got to play within the rules. You got to practice
Yeah.
that, and you've got to
Yeah,
pull
but the thing
up.
is, Rick,
You've got to
and
pull
Rick,
up.
I understand, but Rick, targeting is two different things now, Rick. The intent to do it, not the intent to try to avoid it. I think the second one was the kid was trying to avoid it, but he couldn't.
No, I disagree. I don't think
couldn't
he was
stop.
trying to
I think
avoid
it's
it.
impossible to judge its intent.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Exactly. You can't judge intent. If
So-
it happens, it
well,
happens.
Yeah,
If it
that's
happens.
the problem with the problem with
Exactly.
the
All right.
rule of intent.
Wow. I mean,
Now-
the big picture, guys. What's
Now
the big
you
picture?
just decreased my defense out of a rotation
8-4.
of six guys. You just reduced that rotation to 4 guys.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now,
I'm
if
with
I'm
you on
Mississippi
that.
State, put the gas on.
Yeah, okay.
Put the gas
And
on.
4 guys to start next week.
You're right.
Syracuse has a read option. They're not as talented,
Well-
but they have a read option.
You know.
Unbelievable.
All right.
You trust that team to go out and score points next week?
Okay.
Look.
You know, again, we'll get
And-
some sanity in the LSU conversation
But the
in a
thing-
couple of segments when we talk about the macro view, which is penalties, discipline, and they got
And that-
beat up front. All right.
And you know, Aranda,
we got to move.
one of the
son.
smartest minds in college football. I'm blown away, Rick.
All right.
I'm blown away.
Matt Canada too. Let's
I'm
not
blown
forget
away.
about the offensive side.
A lot of money going to them.
I know. You had to bring it up. You had to bring it up. The
reality.
Magnus Cowboys go on the road to play a pretty. Now you know there's some good teams in the SWAC.
Yeah.
And Alcorn
Yeah,
State's
Alcorn's one of them.
All right. People might look at the SWAC as a lower level of the FCS, but they've got some strongholds. Grambling
got some
State is
talent.
coming around too.
Oh, yes.
All right. So they go their tough road game, back and forth, penalties again, big plays. We'll talk about it later on in the show.
Yeah.
But Jim, they get the win.
They had to get the win.
They had to get
had
the
to-
win.
had to
Do
do
not lose.
And this is what they are. They're a team that's going to make big plays,
Yeah.
miss big plays, give up big plays. And in this case, they got the last play. The week before, they didn't get the last
They
play.
didn't get the last
I think you're going to see that all year long. That's what we saw last year.
Don't
You're
answer
right.
the question, but be thinking about it. And if you have to put on the McNeese helmet in the break, you can. But what is with the chunk yards? That's 56 to 69 to 77. Don't answer it now, but I got to get an ex-player's point of view because it's mind-boggling. And I know in football, you know, you slip, you make a move, you get beat, you get beat.
Yeah.
But my gosh, you
get beat a
the
lot.
chunk plays are up to like
can't keep
8 or
happening.
9. You know, in 3
Can't keep
games.
happening. Yeah.
They're like 3
Yeah.
big plays average per game.
Yeah.
You know, for these Cowboys. But they win. And they have Houston Baptist.
And we're
Now,
only into the third game of
coming
the
in.
season. We're only into the third game of the
I
season.
know, but Houston Baptist lost on the road to Abilene Christian 24-3. All right, I don't know a whole lot about Houston Baptist. Again, they've got games
Okay.
on their schedule. The Cowboys should win.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The season starts
Yeah.
at Central Arkansas.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not downplaying because this is a team in transition
Right
too,
now,
right?
after the first 3 weeks, we know pretty much one thing: the Southland is a one-bid league right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Maybe they get a second later on, but right now they're a one-bid league.
Yeah. Now let's move quickly to baseball. The Houston Astros win the first division title in upwards of 15, 16 years. They win the American
while.
League West. I can't remember sometimes what league they're in. They switch them around.
It's been a
All right,
while.
so the American League West. This is a very talented team, Jim. You follow baseball
Yes.
probably more
Yeah.
so than us two. And again, last week we talked about the addition of Verlander.
Yes.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes, this might elevate these guys.
It puts them in the conversation to win the American League.
Wow.
They don't win the American League without Verlander.
Wow.
Because they don't match up with the Indians. They don't match up with the Red Sox. They don't match up with the
Yeah.
Yankees as far as pitching goes.
Yeah.
Now they do.
Now they
Their
do.
offense is as good as anybody's. It's young. It doesn't have the experience the other teams have, but it's young and it can play in a lot of different ways. It can run. It can hit for power. It can do a lot of things. It's going to score runs. Do they have enough? Now it comes down to do they have enough in the bullpen?
Yeah.
Yeah, this Springer
agree.
guy. This Springer guy, he's just, what is he up to? Is he up close to 40 home runs?
Close.
Yeah.
This guy is something. He is something. All right, we'll talk about the Cleveland Indians. We'll save that winning streak for later
Yes.
on in the
All
show
right.
because I want to throw out a question that I think that we could spend a whole hour
I know
on
we
that.
can. I know we
we
can.
know we
But
can spend a whole hour on this
I
question.
know a lot of times we don't like you to detour from what's on paper and what we like to follow the script.
You want me to throw the playbook
but,
out?
But Jim,
Throw it out.
Jim, let me just put a bug in your ear. You notice the topic of New Orleans or the Saints is not coming.
Oh,
up
it's
yet?
not
coming.
come up
And,
yet.
and we have been on.
All right, the
and
bell's
we have been
ringing.
on for 7 minutes now.
The bell's ringing. I was at the game.
But I'm not
It
going to
was
say
rough.
nothing now, Jim.
The bell has rung.
I'm
the
gonna let
round
him.
is over.
I'm gonna let him bring that in when he gets ready.
The
Jim.
round is over. Stop throwing punches. That's dirty rabbit. Okay.
Rick.
All right. A whole lot to cover. A lot of LSU football, Cowboys.
A lot more
Saints,
LSU football.
Some fight stuff around the SEC. The Vanderbilt Commodores.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know
Can
how
you
you
believe
hate
it?
Vanderbilt. had
I
to
know,
throw
but
that
hey,
one in.
Rick,
That's
can
my
you believe it? I
problem.
love it, though.
We got to take a short pause.
Great
Gazzola,
story.
Guidry-Cero coming back in about 2 minutes to LaBerge Casino. Jack Daniels, stay right there.
Soundoff60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort.
For more taste, less calories, and half the carbs, there's only one light beer to grab. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Load up on entries for your chance to win a 2017 Chevy Silverado Black Ops or additional prizes.
So you haven't been hearing me talk about prices very much in our TV commercials lately, but there's some offers available on a Camry right now that are just too good to not talk about. With Toyota's rebates on our discounts, you can get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2017 Camry, or if you like to trade up every couple of years, you can do what my wife and I do and lease one for $279 a month with $0 due at signing. You literally don't even have to bring your wallet with you to buy the car. If you've been thinking a Toyota Camry was a little bit more money than you wanted to spend, come let us show you how affordable it can be to own a new Toyota. Lake Charles Toyota, raise your expectations.
You don't have to sacrifice taste to stay in the game. Miller Lite, always brewed to have more taste and be less filling. Miller Lite, hold true.
Do not forget, always at Jack Daniel, Back to Country Roots, Friday and Saturday nights on our big stage. You can't see it, but it's here. Big Stage Country. Shotgun Rider is coming up Friday night, and it's Charlie Roberson on Saturday nights, but you got to have special tickets for Charlie Roberson. Charlie's going to cost you $10, all right, but it's a great show. Country music right here, back to the roots of Jack Daniels. All right, we got a lot to cover. Let's go back to LSU because I know you're biting at the bits. I might just surrender the entire floor.
Well,
I'll try. But again, penalties.
Yeah, that was huge.
discipline, and they just got whipped up front. And the whipping up front caused the Nick Fitzgerald to look like the all-SEC quarterback. First team. He's second team, but he moved
I think
up to
that's the
first
scary
team.
part for
That
LSU.
is scary.
That was they were physically beaten by
And
a
Jeffrey
better football
Simmons,
team that night.
Jeffrey Simmons, the nose tackle from Mississippi
That's not a
State.
fluke loss.
I don't know.
That's not Ole Miss last year. That was a beatdown.
No, this is a good Mississippi State team.
And the thing
But
about it, Jim, you could see what was coming at you, but you couldn't stop it. That's even more scarier. That's even more scarier. You see it coming, but you can't stop it. Aranda, you don't have nothing in your package back here, man, that you can put out down the field and get these guys to just do something different. Rick, Mississippi State was telling LSU what they were doing and doing it. And
then
you
they
got a
played with
one-back
them.
set, Rick. You're going to run the curl and come back right there. I'm going to throw it again. If you can't stop it, watch me. I'm going to throw it again. Rick, it blew me away. Offense side. Let's get to this now. Remember what I told you about Darius Guys? You did not want to believe me.
What?
He's not a Leonard Fournette. He's not, Rick.
No, he's not.
He's not, Rick. I kept trying to convince you and Scooter of that. Y'all say, Kevin, he's going to be a better back. You actually said that.
yes, he will be a better pro than Leonard Fournette.
Saturday,
5 or 6 years. Okay, give me some time for this prediction.
Let me tell you, Mississippi State made me look at the LSU offense in a totally different perspective. Edlings, Scooter said it, he's not your premier SEC quarterback, but he can get the job done. No, he can't.
We can't.
No, he can't. No, he can't.
He can
I
get
wish
you
Scooter was here
8-4.
today. No, he can't.
He can get you 8-4.
That's it.
That's where you're going.
If that, Jim, that's it. Right now, in that situation on offense, you can only score 7 points, Rick. Stop it. Stop it, Rick.
Who are you going
You
to
can only score
on?
7 points, Rick.
That's not the best defense. That's the third or fourth best defense they're going to play. Tennessee's better.
Okay.
Florida's better.
Auburn.
Alabama's better. Auburn's better.
Okay.
We thought we was playing for a 2-game season before this happened, Jim.
Okay.
We thought it was going to be the Auburn and Alabama. We got to get those two. But now, we have a loss.
Guys,
Peach Bowl isn't even a possibility.
We have a loss
you
now.
know, you know how I am. All right, I've said this umpteen times. All right, some of it falls on the players. A lot of it
Some of
falls
it
on the
does.
players.
Okay.
How much of this LSU loss falls in the lap of Canada, Aranda, and Ed Orgeron?
50%.
And the coaching.
50%.
A lot of it.
50%. I'll say
Why?
50.
All right, let him have a
I'll
second.
say
Why?
50.
Because they were unprepared.
Yes, they were.
They were unprepared mentally. That's why you have the penalties. They were unprepared physically. That's why they were out of position. Twice, not once, but twice, They got beat on fake dives, throw over the tops. Guys are wide open.
That's elementary. That's
And
elementary.
if you stick with your guy.
If a back releases out the backfield, somebody's got
gotta
him.
stick with him. It's either a blown coverage or you don't know the play. And if it's a blown coverage, then why are we blowing coverages at that point in the game? If you're just completely lost focus, you have 9 guys in the box, somebody's got to be back there.
All right.
He wasn't running down the field where he beat somebody running. There was nobody in the field.
Nobody.
And that's just, look, the simplest thing is you have to make the quarterback pitch the ball. The simplest thing is to keep the ball and turn up field. If you let them do that, that's 7, 8 yards every play.
Yeah.
A lot of things can happen if they pitch the ball. They can fumble it.
Yeah.
Your corner can come up and make a play. You could have more options of a holding on the outside by a receiver.
Right.
If you don't make them pitch the ball, they're going to kill you all day
It's
long.
easy.
It's an easy game.
To me, it was just getting beat up front. Okay,
That's a lot of it.
It's a ripple effect. Okay,
Yeah.
keep in mind, we talked about this. You talked about the inability of this. The receivers are young. Okay, they're young. I'm not making excuses, but they are young. And LSU plays freshmen in the defensive.
Yeah.
Now they're talented, but they have youth back there, so you're not cutting them any slack.
No.
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 All right. Well,
No. It's like this, Rick.
I'm not cutting them slack. I'm looking for possible explanations.
LSU
and
doesn't
rationale.
rebuild. LSU doesn't talk about rebuilding. LSU isn't about rebuilding. When you pay those coordinators that much money, you're expecting production. And right now, what
Yeah.
I saw was a couple of receivers that couldn't catch the flu if you sneezed on them.
All right. Okay.
They had no chance to catch the football. I'm only going to go one-on-one with them. Now I've got 8, 9 guys in the box.
Yeah, that's all I need now.
And that's all, and you're not
'Cause
going to
you
run the
can't beat
ball.
me
Okay,
throwing the
all right.
ball.
Does it now? I'm reading between the lines. Is he putting it all on Danny Etling?
I just think Ricky had a bad day. Whether if that's his performance,
saw him get beat
to
up,
come
too,
With
okay?
He
the
got
pressure.
beat up.
Well, that's what exposed him, Rick. The pressure. Look what he does under pressure. We're not playing Alabama Saturday, dude. Are you serious? This is what you did under pressure with Mississippi State. This
Pretty
is
good
this is how
Mississippi
you
State.
perform.
Pretty good Mississippi
Do
State.
you think they're Bama?
Okay, they're not Bama. They
We're
can
not
go
even,
again with the
it's not
Bama.
even in
That's
the
an unranked
conversation, Rick.
Mississippi State
It's not
team
even in the
before.
conversation, Rick.
Okay, so
right now.
let's wash it all away.
Okay.
Let's throw it under
Wash
the
it
bridge.
away.
What do
Let's
they do
do that.
now? Now the schedule is good for them. Syracuse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
Troy.
look.
Yeah.
Okay. Should be good.
4-1.
But look, Rick, the thing is, Rick, you've already created something that you had players thinking that, what kind of year could we have? Now you've taken a loss. You've taken an SEC loss.
Yeah.
Right now, Rick, that's not just a regular.
No room
That's
for
a
error.
loss.
No room for
So,
error.
Rick, right now, Rick, coaching staff and everything, I looked at Coach O's face at one point in time when the camera went to him. It was like, he looked around like, help me.
Yeah.
Help me.
Somebody help me.
Help me. Because something's wrong.
Somebody help me.
And Rick, the thing is, the defense, they were gassed. They
were
stayed on the
gassed.
field more than the
Let's
offense.
look
They
forward.
stayed on the field more than the offense, Rick.
Let's get the crystal ball. Does that mean that he'll start with the Miles Brennan or the Narcisse kid getting more reps, getting prep?
Rick,
If Etling
I
can't
just
avoid that
think
kind of pressure,
That's the thing that scares me,
do
Rick.
you do that?
Rick,
This is early, guys.
This is early.
Mississippi State rushed their 2 ends. Etling could not.
Get
he
away.
couldn't get away. Couldn't get away.
So you don't have an answer for me.
Well, my answer to you is this. I have never seen Alabama get beaten by a quarterback that stays in the pocket.
No.
And that's your
No.
measure for the league. Got to get a quarterback that's dual threat. That's whether you
Exactly.
like that system or
Exactly.
not.
You have to.
That's what beats Alabama. That's the only thing we've seen beat
That's it.
Alabama.
Okay.
If you're going to sit in the pocket, you're going to run one guy deep, one guy under, and a tight end. They're going to kill you because they've done it.
Okay.
So that's your start. Etling is not that guy. Now, you could say the year isn't lost yet, and it's not. You could still run the table. But I don't see that team running the table.
I don't either. I mean, you beat Mississippi State. We're still in the conversation, Rick.
Yeah.
Right now, Rick, you've got 4 more SEC teams that you've got to play. You don't know who's going to show up.
How much heat does Ed Argeron feel this
He
week?
won't. This is second
Now,
year.
when I
He
say
won't.
just heat,
He won't. He
don't
won't.
get-
He
don't
won't.
read into
I'm
this.
just telling you, he won't.
Go
37 to
above him.
7.
He won't.
37 to
Go
7.
above him at some point in time.
Yeah.
Why does Joe Oliva get no heat?
Yeah.
Remember, I'm going to tell you something. If I was a decent football coach, I wouldn't go to LSU unless they threw all the money in the world because of how they treated Miles. You're
Yeah.
going to fire him, fire the guy. Don't leave him hanging for
You're right.
2 months.
You're right.
Don't
You're
leave
right.
him hanging for 2
That
months.
was
Bring him
raggedy.
back to get rid of him in 4 weeks.
Jim, what does that have to do? Why is that germane to the conversation? I don't get
Because I don't think you get Tom Herman because of the way you treated it.
Yeah.
Les Miles.
Oh,
and
he's
those
opening
are
the
right.
can of worms.
I'm just saying.
All of,
I'm just
okay,
saying.
wait a minute
It's
now.
like-
Do we
it's
have
like
enough
this.
time for this?
We knew-
Now you're saying
Rick,
Ed
look.
Orgeron wasn't the right pick.
Look,
I don't think it's a
all I'm
bad
saying-
pick.
All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this. We open up ourselves to a national stage on how we did Miles. That was sad.
Okay, it was not
It was
good.
sad, Rick.
Oh, it was not
so,
good.
all I'm saying, Rick, is that
If you want to play in that, if you want to play with those guys and be a national contender, you're going to have everything be scrutinized, and that's every win, every
Yes.
loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you go out and you say these are my coordinators,
Yeah.
and I'm going to sell paying my coordinators more money than any other coordinators in the country,
because I feel that strongly
and
about
one
them.
gets you 7 points, and the other guy gives up 37 in your
37.
first SEC game.
And
Well-
Rick, when you look at the totality of it all, like what Jim is,
I want to leave it at that.
it's like you was blown away when you left the game. You scratch your head like that didn't just happen.
Okay.
That's what I did. That didn't
One
just,
bad night in
that
Starkville.
didn't happen.
It's a country song. One bad night in Starkville. Let's not throw everybody under that
You better,
bus.
you better have a
Settle
pretty
down.
good night in Tuscaloosa. then.
Settle down, Clampett.
it's
Settle
coming.
down. Let's
It's
one
coming.
bad night in Starkville. All right, we'll take
Woo,
a
it's
short pause.
coming.
When we come back, we'll go to Cowboy Nation. We'll take a look
Oh,
at the
my
state of the
goodness.
McNeese Cowboys.
This didn't
SEC,
seem like we had enough time on
NFL,
that.
Saints lose big. A whole lot to cover. Alvarez, Golovkin. All
Yeah.
that coming up right here at Sound Off 60.
Oh.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Check us out online at soundoff60tv.com.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
Are you trying to stay cool with a temporary fix? There's a smarter solution. Save on your monthly energy costs while enjoying quiet and consistent comfort this summer with a highly efficient air conditioning system from Luxair. We'll recommend a system that is perfectly suited to your home and provides optimal cooling, exceptional energy savings, and lasting performance. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solarsupply.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels at LaBerge Casino. Scooter Hobbs is off this week. We mentioned in the first segment due to the passing of his mother late last week in Baton Rouge. So the sports senator is with us. That would be Jim Gazzolo along with Kevin Guidry and Rick Serra. We have covered it, a good portion of it, but now let's go to the McNeese Cowboys. This is a team still trying to find their identity. All right. Sure. I asked after the win last week against Florida Tech, if I got that team, did I get it right? Florida Tech?
Yeah.
It's Atlantic, International, Florida Tech, Florida State, whatever.
Yeah.
Lance Guidry, you know, are you getting a sense of who this team and what they're going to be good at? And it was not really, not yet. We know we can stop the rush. We know we're giving up big plays. Stated the obvious, all right? I think this is a good offensive team. I think this, I mean, look, Nicholls State's a pretty good ball team.
Yeah.
All right. Florida Tech, pretty good Division II team, and now a pretty good SWAC team. And these guys, I didn't have time to look at the stats, but good God, help me out, Matt Bonnet. They've got to be leading FCS in rushing defense. Good Lord.
Their rushing defense was very good.
Holy
but
smokes, they're not getting anything. It's 0 yards over the
no,
weekend.
their,
0
their,
yards.
their front seven has been very good.
Yes.
Their back four has been the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm
I'm
gonna get to that.
And that's one of the conversations I think we had with Coach Guidry on, and actually coming back as the newly appointed defensive coordinator, stepping
Well,
down
self-appointed.
not stepping down from his head coach position, but taking another dual role. it's like that's what he prided himself on, is that defense. And like you say, Rick,
He's got half of it
some
going,
of
right?
the chunk plays that they've been getting, I mean, you question yourself to say, how can this be happening?
Well, Jermaine Anthony, star cornerback, was out of the game.
Yeah.
Couple of interceptions already. Here's what's puzzling to me, all right, because they didn't have the numbers last year, and then they got the numbers this year. Now, granted, some of them were young.
Some came back, but some
are
came
young,
back too.
but some of them came back
But
from
some
injury.
came back from
I
injury.
mean, Dominic Hill is not young; he's senior. All right.
Yeah.
Andre Fuller, the main safety back there making the plays. He's a senior. So they got bodies.
Yeah.
And I watch them in practice, and they got talent. I mean, physically they looked the part.
Yeah.
Physically.
You also don't know where Alcorn State's going to finish. They might be one of the better teams they play all year offensively.
Okay.
So it's the problem with when you try to pick apart a game against non-conference teams is you haven't seen their development over 3 years.
Good point.
Like with
Yeah.
LSU, we've seen Mississippi State. We know what Mississippi State's going to be. We don't know what
Yeah.
Alcorn State's. We don't know what Florida Tech's going to be.
Right.
You kind of knew Nichols was getting better.
Right.
So you had a little idea of, okay, Nichols came down to the wire. I think the thing you're seeing is, for the most part, their margin of error is small because they give up the big plays. If they can control the running a little more, control the big plays, keep people in front of them, I think you'll see more of a dominant performance possible.
This defensive scheme at times will rely heavily on man.
Yeah.
And now, Lance Guidry is smart enough coach. He's not going to rely on man if he doesn't have the talent to run man. All right. Is it as simple? Let
me tell you how it
keeping
works.
guys in front of you, vis-a-vis Tennessee, Florida over the weekend? Is it as simple as that?
It is, Rick. Honestly.
Is it?
As a former defensive back.
Is that
Rick,
the reason why they're giving up these big
if
plays?
I'm looking at the clock and I see 9 seconds on the clock, that's telling me one thing: everything is going to happen in front of me.
We're not talking about that game. I'm talking about McNeese.
Okay.
I'm talking about
But this is how it happens with McNeese. I think you're at a point to where you're too aggressive because you want to make something happen. A lot of times as a defensive back, we have to react on what we see. And a lot of times these guys are so wanting to make a play, Rick, is that they bite on the simplest of little, like a out and up. That's elementary, Rick, but they're getting beat on that. They're getting beat on that, Rick, and it's like, dude, how do you get beat on an out and up? Dude, you know that's coming because you play them at a distance.
Look, well, third and 12, you win the down even if they get 11 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
Keep it in front of you.
But
So-
you get more brownie points if you get an interception.
Yeah.
And maybe they're going for the big play. Maybe they're
And
going to
that's-
change it all the time. But I'll take the give up the
Make 'em
short
start
dump
over,
off.
Jim.
Yeah. And
I'm
punt the football.
I'm with
and
you
I
on
think
that.
they're just a little bit too aggressive.
I don't know.
Rick.
We're not going
That's how
to
they're getting
solve
beat.
their secondary problems because Lord knows Guidry, Zach Bronson, and all
Yeah.
those guys are working on that.
They
and
are.
trying to
They
solve
are.
it.
No, but
and
you
if
look,
they
you
get
look at them.
everybody
They
healthy-
win this week. They win the next week. They're 4-1 and everybody's happy.
But boy, it's
It's
Hayden
every week.
Hildenbrand is sitting up there in Conway, Arkansas.
It's
Yeah.
every week.
He's like the top quarterback in the Southern Conference.
It's every week, man.
Him and James Taberry.
It's
And he's
every
sitting
week.
up there, and it's just
That's going to be a
those-
shootout.
It
Just
is.
those big plays. And
It
it
is.
could very well be. It could very well. This could be a team that ends up getting in these 42 to 40 shootouts.
And
That's
this
what they look
offense
like.
might be
And it's
able to
going to
do it.
happen. And just
That's
like
what they
Rick,
look like.
You know, you always say about your team we're going to get to in a minute. You know, they've got the ball last. They've got a chance with Drew Brees. So McNeese could possibly be that. Will we
I
get
think
the
that's
ball
what they
last?
are. I think
Will
that's
we
what
get
they
it
were
last?
last year.
Because if we get it last, we got a chance.
That's what they were last year. I think that's what they are
Well,
this year.
the running game is starting to come around. You know, they got Pratt, David Ham,
Yeah.
Benjamin Jones. So the running game is starting to come around. And the receivers are catching the ball. They're deep at receiver. And James Taberry. You know me and quarterbacks. I mean, it all hinges.
Yeah.
He takes them as far as
Yeah.
they go.
Let's be realistic, though. Football comes down to how you played last week.
Yeah.
A week ago, we're sitting here going, LSU has a 2-game season. Now we're sitting there going, run everybody out of town.
And what I'm
That's just the way it is.
That's what brings the
Jim, it's
media
like-
down. You're bringing the media down when you do that.
It's like, Jim,
we try
man.
we try to elevate the sports media.
It's
Come
just
on.
that simple. What have you done for me lately?
I know that.
That's what it comes down to.
Taberry is a talented quarterback. He's made a couple
He
of
is.
boneheaded
He is.
throws,
He
and he's
is.
admitted it.
He is.
Boneheaded throws for picks, that kind of thing. But if the line continues to get better and stays healthy, he can win
He gives
shootouts.
them a chance to win every game.
The thing I think with McNeese and what helps them down the road, Rick, is that if they can keep the running game moving, that's going to
Gotta
help
have
them
the
with the
running.
passing game because it opens it up.
Gotta
If
have
they
the
can't
running.
run. This is what happened to LSU Saturday night. The running game was decimated. It was
It
done.
took you 3 minutes to get back to LSU.
I had to, Rick. I just had to.
Tight end for the Cowboys. Again, if anybody has watched this show, I have screamed since I started in sports.
You're right.
30 years ago. Use the tight end. This goes back. Ted Kwolek.
Sure.
Remember the name Ted Kwolek?
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Ted Kwolek.
Yeah.
He's way behind.
I knew it.
49ers, I love the tight end. I mean, now all of a sudden the Cowboys have this hybrid tight end in LaWayne Ross, running back tight end, big kid.
Hard to tackle in open field.
Making plays outside of the running game and outside of the receivers.
You need somebody who is a comfortable target when things get bad for the quarterback.
Yeah.
Tight end should be a big guy in the middle of the field that's
I agree.
That can catch him.
a check down guy.
And the thing, Rick, with a lot of teams, and we'll get to it, I keep bringing up your Saints, that's pretty much what got them beat. They didn't realize that they were playing one of the best tight ends in the league. They didn't realize that until I think in the third quarter.
And they missed not having Jimmy
Really?
Graham.
Are you really saying that?
Say it.
We'll wait for the Saints segment.
I mean to
on
be
that. Come
sarcastic
on.
about
It's
it too,
Ron
Rick.
Gronkowski.
I mean to be sarcastic about it too,
Okay,
Rick.
thank you for labeling that sarcasm.
Well,
there.
how much more diverse
really,
was the
Rick.
Saints when they had Jimmy Graham?
Yeah.
Right.
You're right.
Y'all are getting into it. Let's get back
It's
to
time.
the Cowboys.
It's time, Rick. It's
You better
time.
get into it. It's going to be hard to get away from him.
Kent Shelby makes a big catch from Tavery to win the game late. Here's a guy who's been up and down with injuries, who has made some plays and then not made plays.
Yeah.
But again, if he can get deep, if he can be that added force outside,
that's what you need,
that
Rick.
may kind of put you over the edge.
We've said that for
That's
3-4
what you
years
need.
about
I
him.
know. Yeah.
He's a difference maker.
Yeah.
He just hasn't been able to stay on the field consistently.
He has to. There you go. All right, we're up against the clock. The bell is ringing
Yes,
again.
it is.
All right, Alvarez, Golovkin, Saints coming up next. You guys are just whipping to kill these guys.
This is going to be a segment right here coming up.
In about 2 minutes when we come back to Jack Daniels. Stay right there.
Soundoff60 is brought to you by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. The boys in the box will be right back.
This is the original light beer, brewed with the belief that a beer could be light and not compromise on taste, to be enjoyed from opener to headliner. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Load up on entries for your chance to win a 2017 Chevy Silverado Black Ops or additional prizes.
Are you trying to stay cool with a temporary fix? There's a smarter solution. Save on your monthly energy costs while enjoying quiet and consistent comfort this summer with a highly efficient air conditioning system from Luxair. We'll recommend a system that is perfectly suited to your home and provides optimal cooling, exceptional energy savings, and lasting performance. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solarsupply.
Only one light beer has more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. This one. Miller Lite. Hold true.
All right, welcome back to the show. I want to remind you, Tuesdays is karaoke night along with trivia night here at Jack Daniels. Have a lot of fun. Gets rolling at about 8 o'clock. You win great prizes, beer specials behind the bar with Blue Moon, Shiner, Miller Lite, and Coors Light. So save some money with some good cold beer and have a lot of fun.
Be a lot of fun.
Sing and answer trivia. We don't have trivia tonight, but we will probably in the next couple of weeks, and we're like the champs of trivia. We could probably be, no. You're getting into that old TV stuff, like who was the star of this sitcom in 1972? You'd scream out Michael Jordan.
I would. I probably would. And if it's anything else,
be
I
right.
would say Dale Earnhardt. You know that. That's
Maybe you'd be right.
That's my go-to.
All right, let's get to the Dome. This was
You were there, though, but let's set the stage. You were there.
I was there, and let me tell you, I have been. No, this might be my first Saints-Patriots game there.
Yeah.
Maybe, I think. Maybe no. I think I was at the ass whipping that the Saints. I can say that on this show. That the Saints put on Brady back in '09 because I got caught in just a flow. They travel well. The Patriots fans travel, and I got caught, and it was very crowded in the Superdome. It was a sellout crowd.
Wow.
But that's a side story. So all right. Fans were there. Saints fans were there. It was a great atmosphere for a football game. It just wasn't a two-sided football game.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Tom Brady, another record set against
he
the
did.
Saints.
Against
I
the
didn't
Saints.
realize he never threw 3 touchdown passes in the
Yeah.
first quarter.
Yeah.
So he sets a record.
In the first quarter.
Could have thrown 4.
Let me tell you, Rick, let
he
me tell you where it all
was
started.
sharp. He's the best of all time.
Are the
man.
Saints any different than they were the last 5
No.
years? Okay.
Oh, no, Jim.
No.
But let me tell you how it all started, guys.
No,
this
they're
is
not.
my take on
I've
how
got
it
an
all
answer for
started.
every question. No, you watch.
The coin toss. Saints wins it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to give Tom Brady the ball? Stupid.
Well, you want the ball starting in the second half.
Okay, Rick,
I
but
want
still.
the points. I want them playing uphill,
Rick,
not me.
Rick, you know what that told Tom Brady? Go ahead, let's see what you can do.
Well, all right.
That pissed him off. I would think it would piss me off.
want-
That's how I took it.
I want them playing uphill, not me playing
Okay,
uphill.
I get you.
I want
mean,
them to chase me all day long.
all
That's-
through the game. All through the game.
That's my deal.
All through the game. I'm thinking if they get outside of 3 possessions, game over. I'm sitting there watching
Rick.
the clock. When am I leaving? If they get outside, if they get to a 3-possession game over. If they stay within 2, the Saints maybe.
I never got the confidence they were going to stop them when they had to.
No, not really.
I didn't
no,
either.
Not
You
really.
could see
and
it.
here's the core of it, all right? Because I know you're ready to just kick me under the table. Here's the core of it, all right? If you follow the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick, one of his main cores of his coaching philosophy is finding the weakness, matching up.
Always,
He's a big
Rick.
matchup guy.
Always,
all right?
Rick.
Especially offense versus the
Always,
defense.
Rick.
He's going to find that weakness, and it was clearly, let me state for the record, clearly the New Orleans defense has one player that maybe the opposing coach will scheme for, and that's Cam Jordan.
Yep.
Everybody else,
Yeah.
they're
Yep.
pedestrian, they're
That's it.
mediocre, they're
Yeah.
middle
That's
of the road. From Kenny Vaccaro on down.
Say it again.
You label him a bad player. He's a good player in certain situations, but they're
Rick.
all.
He was a really good player in the last situation. He was on the bench, wasn't he? I'll tell you that much.
See, you don't like to admit those things,
I'm
Rick.
speaking honestly.
It's been 3 years
don't
for
like
Kenny.
know that.
It's been 3 years
This
for
is
Kenny
a
Vaccaro.
defense.
Move on.
This is a defense that
Let him
doesn't
go,
have
Rick.
enough elite
And when
players.
you bench him, you have cost him any trade value he
That's
had
it.
going into
Done.
Sunday morning.
Done.
I would have
Done,
if you're
Rick.
going
And
to
you
do
knew
that
that.
to him, you got to
Do you
deactivate him.
buy into what I just said?
Yeah.
The defense doesn't have enough elite players.
Yeah.
They're just, I mean,
Yeah.
I
That's
like-
what happens.
I
Well,
like-
that's what happens
what's
when you
his
give your
name?
quarterback.
And
That's what happens in the
Zalone, I
NFL
like
when you
him.
give your
He's got the
quarterback all the
hair,
money.
He's got the
Yeah.
Viking hair and everything.
If you
And good
give
Lord,
the
he was
quarterback all the
beat.
money, you don't have the money for the defense.
Well,
And what are you
I
doing?
just-
Breeze is not the highest paid quarterback. Matt
No, he's
Stafford
not.
is, but
Now,
he's making $19 million. What do you want to do? Pay the guy 9 or 10?
It's just.
They haven't drafted. Sheldon Rankins
No,
is
they
not
haven't drafted well at
contributing.
all.
They try.
So who do
They
you get
tr-
rid of?
They
Peyton or
try.
Lomas?
I mean, they
You get
got
rid of
Marcus
Mickey Lomas? Do you get rid of Sean Payton? Who do you blame for that?
It's
a lot. You're living a lot of years on one
that's
Super Bowl.
the same story for another show,
It's
but-
the same old story,
What?
Rick,
What's
that we
the same
said.
old story?
With your Saints, I know you love your Saints, Rick, but when you look at it, Rick, the one thing we come here every year talking about the Saints is, well, you got Drew Brees, so we got a chance. But you know what? If you can't stop anybody, no, you don't have a chance.
No, I agree.
Why in the
No, you
world
don't
were you
have a
taking
chance.
Adrian Peterson and going to play him 9 plays for?
Jim, that is crazy.
That was the most
that is-
worthless fit to begin with
I,
ever.
I was holding out hope.
That
I
is
said it last week. That I said maybe he could be the second dynamic duo.
Did
of
I
the
not
NFC.
say how this
I
was
know
going to
you
play
did.
out,
You
Jim?
laughed
Did
at
I
it.
not say this?
All right, so okay, it's not a dynamic duo.
No,
Okay,
it's not. It's not.
Peyton, unless he's holding it close to the vest, he hasn't designed something where I see Ingram and Peterson on the field doing something really.
Not
cool.
unless you leave Robin in the back cave.
I know.
It's not a
Yeah,
dynamic
it's
duo.
not happening. It's
I
not
don't know.
happening. It's
I
just.
don't have enough for that.
And you know what?
Yes, sir.
You can see the frustration I think on Breeze's face from Sunday as to like.
I'm going to get to that.
Why didn't you get me a
You
receiver?
saw the same thing that I saw, didn't you? I know you did, Rick.
Why
Right.
didn't you get me a big-time receiver? Why'd you get me Adrian Peterson?
Yeah, Marcus Colston was there, and I'm thinking, gosh, does he still have his jersey?
I'm serious.
Put the
Rick.
jersey on Colston.
I keep saying these
All right,
same things, Jim. I said the same thing last week. I said, do you have anybody that's a Marcus Colston? I said it, Rick,
I know
on the
you
show.
did. I know you did.
I said it.
Here's look, Drew Brees is Drew Brees. Post game, general statement was, I'm not out of sync with my receivers. Come on, Drew.
Yeah.
You're out of sync with your
Yeah,
receivers.
He's
you are.
advanced for his receivers.
Exactly.
He's too
Here's a
advanced.
key. Here's a key play, and I'm watching
Yeah.
from my seat. He's scrambling again. All right, Tommy Lee Lewis. All right.
Yeah.
Breeze is scrambling. He's on the sideline. Lewis is trying to get over. It's an ad lib
Yeah.
play. Where Breeze throws it 5 yards down the sideline. Lewis cuts.
Yeah.
if he knew, if Lewis and Breeze were more in sync,
Yes, he
Lewis
would've
would know
known.
Breeze
He would've
wants to go a little deeper. Let me cut, and then I'll catch
Yeah.
the ad lib. He didn't.
Their
And they're not
formula,
in sync.
their formula for winning in the league has changed because the league has changed.
Yeah.
And they haven't changed with it. Look, Sean Payton was a great coach. I think a lot of years. It's a lot of years to be with one guy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is a lot of years,
I-
especially in the NFL.
And as a Bears fan, I hope he goes home to Chicago. But that's just me.
All right, so it was ugly.
Oh, man.
Bad matchups. Couldn't play
Yeah.
the matchups. All right, let's fast forward. They go to Carolina. Panthers, 9-3 winners.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any
over
better, Rick.
Buffalo.
It does.
You're right.
It does
The
not get any
defense is
better.
better. New England is not a great defense.
No, it's not. Doesn't get any
In
better.
the
Rick.
next 5 weeks, the Saints will play Cam Newton, Jay Cutler, who, okay,
Yeah.
that Chicago guy,
Yeah.
all right, and then Matt Stafford, and then Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
0-2 could be 0-6.
What
0-2
daylight
could quickly go to
Rick,
0-6.
what daylight do we even see there?
I don't know.
Well, I
you
I
get
don't
the
see any.
defense because of
I
the
don't
defense.
see
You get
any.
the Bears at home Halloween weekend.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, Trubinsky might be obviously playing
Wow.
quarterback at the
It's-
time. They got a lot of elite quarterbacks coming up, and then
Yeah.
of course the
You'll
the
see.
Falcons are
I think
waiting.
they'll have a hard time winning 6 games this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I said that
And-
last
and-
week, and you laughed at me.
Yeah.
I did.
It's
I did. All right. I thought this defense would somehow.
Why?
I don't know. I don't
We've
have
been
an answer
hoping
for
that for
I said I had an
years.
answer
We've
for
been
everything.
hoping that for
I
years,
really
Rick,
thought
and
they
it just-
might be able to somehow put a patchwork type of defense together, and guys would play over their head.
Well, New England's going to be one of your better offenses.
They
you're gonna
are.
see.
yeah, they are.
Keep that. Good point.
They are.
So let's
Gronkowski
not
is
go
dropped,
crazy.
but he's still pretty good.
And New
James
England,
White is very good.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't New England missing 2 of their top receivers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like
Sweet
3.
Jesus.
Malcolm Mitchell, Amendola, Julian Edelman. The list goes on and on. We're up against the clock.
And that's what they did to the Saints. Okay.
The bell has rung.
Okay.
No more punching. When we come back around college football, what a game,
Okay.
USC Texas. We've
Yes,
got to talk about
yes.
that and a little bit more about the Dallas Cowboys in the NFL when we come back. Stay right there.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LeBear's Casino Resort, home of soundoff60. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Load up on entries for your chance to win a 2017 Chevy Silverado Black Ops or additional prizes.
So you haven't been hearing me talk about prices very much in our TV commercials lately, but there's some offers available on a Camry right now that are just too good to not talk about. With Toyota's rebates on our discounts, you can get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2017 Camry, or if you'd like to trade up every couple of years, you can do what my wife and I do and lease one for $279 a month with $0 due at signing. You literally don't even have to bring your wallet with you to buy the car. If you've been thinking a Toyota Camry was a little bit more money than you wanted to spend, come let us show you how affordable it can be to own a new Toyota. Lake Charles Toyota, raise your expectations.
All right, welcome back to the show. We have covered a lot of football, and we'll stay with it with college and a little bit around the NFL. College football, I said it. This is where I am right on this one. The Clemson Tigers need to get more respect. They beat Louisville.
Clemson's good.
And the Jackson Heisman Trophy winner, Lamar, is very, very good.
Yes,
all right?
he is.
But Clemson is very, very good. Alabama rolls still number 1. LSU
Yeah.
drops, but they're still in it. Hey, they're number 25 in the new poll
Stop
this
it,
week.
Rick.
They're number
Stop
25.
it. Stop
All
it,
right.
Out of West Virginia.
That hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts, man. That hurts.
One of the big games in college football that, they hyped it, Fox hyped it. I'm thinking, why are they hyping this game? But doggone it lived up to the hype. The
good game.
rematch of
Yeah.
06 championship,
Yep.
Texas at USC, and guys, double overtime. I wanted
Yeah.
to watch it because I wanted to see Southern Cal, and I
Yeah.
wanted to see Sam Darnold, and he's the real deal.
He's as good
This
as
guy is the Heisman leading
good.
candidate, in my opinion.
I'm
he won
six
that game. He
six
won that
interceptions
game.
in 3 games, 2 in
Yeah.
every game.
But boy, he can make some plays.
I still don't think he's the best quarterback in Los Angeles, but that's just me.
Josh Rosen did, you know,
He
they
threw
did not.
two dumb picks, too.
Boy, I tell you, Memphis put it on them. But back to this game, and the freshman quarterback for Texas, Ellinger, what's his first name? Is it Sam, Jake, whatever. This kid, I mean, he almost stole the show.
He almost did.
Holy smokes! And this receiver for Texas, they couldn't stop him.
No.
I mean, if you watch the end of the game, it was classic college football.
Classic, yeah.
But I point out one play. The jump pass by Sam Darnold.
That's an incredible play.
And it led to a touchdown in one of the overtimes. I came off the couch. I was the only one up watching this game.
It's a great play.
I mean, I hope that play registers with football fans. That is a Heisman moment.
That's an improv because
Heisman
with
moment.
no timeouts left, if he gets sacked, this thing's over.
Yeah.
He not only got the first down, it led to the field goal. Great play. He can make all the passes.
Yeah.
The question with USC is going to be, can they win 1 or 2 games? Because that's all they got left now.
Right.
Can they win at Notre Dame? Because they always have trouble at Notre Dame.
They got Cal coming up. Now, we're getting really
Cal's
far
getting
off.
good.
Yeah.
We're getting far off in Pac-12 football. But, again, what does this show you? Let's tie it into local stuff. Tom Herman, okay? Early struggles. But he goes on. This is a number 4 ranked USC team.
But let's also not. He's an offensive guru, and that wasn't an offensive game.
No, it wasn't.
His defense stepped up and kept them in that game.
To my point, give him some time. The traction of Herman in Texas. All right? This was a great game. If you didn't see it, which you were probably.
I saw some highlights. I was a little bit depressed at the moment.
Of course you were.
And another game that gave up a long touchdown on the last play of the first half that changed the whole game. 60 yards.
Speaking of that, how do you explain Tennessee, Florida in the SEC? How do you explain that?
You don't. You just fire the defensive back coach and you just move on.
That's it?
That's all you do.
That's it?
You don't let that happen.
If you didn't see
Somebody's got to go.
If you didn't see
Tim,
it.
you know that.
Somebody's got to go.
Dude, if you're going to cost me a game like that,
big game.
You can't be on
If
my
you don't
staff.
fire him,
you can't
it's
be
the
on my
defensive
staff.
coordinator for allowing that.
can't.
It's the head coach for not seeing that and calling a timeout.
You cannot.
You cannot line up in a 2-deep zone
You got
when the
9
only thing that
seconds,
beats you.
You got 9 seconds left on the clock.
Nothing else beats you.
You got 9 seconds on the clock.
Now, come on. Throw it on some of the players, too. Come on. You
No,
don't move
no,
up.
no,
You don't
no.
move up.
I'm with
tell
Jim.
those guys
No,
in
no,
the huddle.
players know.
Everybody in the
no,
huddle.
Here's why.
No.
If you're a player,
it's the coach.
If you're a player and your coach calls 2-deep zone, you know every position you're supposed to be in, and you react.
got
And they
to.
reacted exactly to the defense they were in. The problem is they were in the wrong defense.
Exactly.
If you sit there and say we are in a prevent 3 across the back, nobody gets behind you. That's what they do.
If you see them in the 2 deep, Rick, as the coach, defensive coach, head coach, whatever, call timeout.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
Unbelievable.
Players will do what they're. Players are trained to do what defense.
I
is.
know. Sometimes you got to think for yourself a little bit here. All right, let's move to the NFL, guys. Look, it's early. Okay, Atlanta might be the best team in the NFC. New England might be the best team.
might be the best team in
It's
the NFL.
that, dude. It's that stadium. It's not the Falcons. It's the stadium.
They beat Green Bay.
It's the
I'm
stadium.
not sure the Patriots are the best team in the AFC.
stadium.
No, I'm not sure about that either. You know.
I like Oakland.
Can we just say that's the best stadium in the league?
Yeah, well, it
Can
should
we,
be.
Can we just
should
say
be.
that?
It
Oh
should be.
my God, man! They did a tour and
it should be.
It's unbelievable.
All right, everybody
It's
loves
unbelievable.
those in this area. They got enough of them. The Dallas Cowboys. They go.
Yeah.
No, this is a very,
But-
very good Denver defense. They
Yes.
make a lot of people
Denver-
look bad.
yes.
All right,
Look.
they match up. They're a great matchup against
Look.
teams with stars, and they can match up with you.
They also said, "Beat us,
Yeah.
Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat us, Dak, because we don't think you can throw deep."
Yeah.
And they took Elliott out of the game,
They
and
did.
Dallas had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not giving up on that. I mean, that's
No,
one
no, no,
game.
no, it's one
Look,
game.
You've got some receivers that did not handle their business. You know, I mean, you get open. If you see me looking at you, you get open.
On the road
Get
at
open.
Denver, again with Simeon played a very
Denver's got 2 of the top 2
consistent
corners in
game.
the league, though, Rick.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Let's admit to that,
Yeah,
okay?
no doubt.
They got 2 of the best corners in the league.
No doubt. I mean, it's still, the Eagles lose. I don't know about the Redskins and the Giants. So the Cowboys still could be the front runner in that division.
Yeah, that's
It's
not a
very
horrible.
good
That's
team.
not a horrible loss.
No, it's a very good
They
team.
just played
but
poor.
they got to solve some of their defensive problems. with
Yeah.
that. All right, we're going to save the rest of the time for the last segment.
Okay.
All right, I want to get on Jerry Jones and Roger Goodell. I think this is an interesting little story.
Oh, yeah, it is. It
You
is.
know, Jones and Goodell, Zeke Elliott, and that whole thing. Fight talk and more when we come back. Stay right here.
Soundoff60 is brought to you by our friends at Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at La Berge Casino Resort. soundoff60 24/7 online at soundoff60tv.com.
So you haven't been hearing me talk about prices very much in our TV commercials lately, but there's some offers available on a Camry right now that are just too good to not talk about. With Toyota's rebates and our discounts, you can get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2017 Camry, or if you like to trade up every couple of years, you can do what my wife and I do and lease one for $279 a month with $0 due at signing. You literally don't even have to bring your wallet with you to buy the car. If you've been thinking a Toyota Camry was a little bit more money than you wanted to spend, come let us show you how affordable it can be to own a new Toyota. Lake Charles Toyota, raise your expectations.
For more taste, less calories, and half the carbs, there's only one light beer to grab. Miller Lite. Hold true.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
Load up on entries for your chance to win a 2017 Chevy Silverado Black Ops or additional prizes.
Only one light beer has more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. This one. Miller Lite. Hold true.
All right, welcome back to the show. A final round of this. We've been going at it. We're like in the 12th round.
It's been a rough
here.
week, Rick.
It's been rough on me. You guys
It's been a
just
rough
pounded
week,
on me
man.
for everything. Let me throw this little Saints nugget. Okay, if I heard right, I didn't go through the entire NFL injury report, but did not Carolina tight end Greg Olsen break a bone in a foot yesterday?
Yes, he did.
Now,
Yes.
something tells
Yes,
me
did.
he
Yes,
ain't
did.
going to play against the Saints.
No, but
okay?
he did break a bone.
So
in
if
his
he's
foot.
out,
He did.
all right, and they go to Carolina, and this offense is struggling, good defense, okay.
Cam is playing better, though.
Maybe got a little light at the end
Cam
of
is
that
playing
tunnel.
much better right now.
9-3.
Better
He's
watch
9
out what that light looks like when it gets closer. I'll tell you
He's
that.
playing
We're
much better,
reaching
though.
for everything, guys.
He's playing
All
much
right,
better.
let's get on the fight. Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. I mean, this was, unfortunately, I didn't see it because I was traveling to go to the Saints and Patriots. You saw it. I caught the recap of it. It sounds to me like a legitimate split draw or draw. It sounds like it could have been a draw, okay?
It could have been, but I mean, it could have been a win too. I mean, it's
For who? Golovkin?
for either one, actually.
Yeah. Really?
I thought.
Wow.
I
Well,
thought,
then it's a draw then. I mean,
yeah,
it's a
I don't have a
draw.
problem. I have a problem with it ending in a draw because you need. If I want to pay that much money, I want to see a winner.
Sometimes it's
I'm
a
with you,
draw.
Jim. I want a winner.
Sometimes it's that close, Jim.
But is it really a draw, though?
Is it
Rick?
really
It could be. Yeah, I've seen some draws. Yeah.
Yeah, and we know that there's been some draws, but is it really a draw? You know you have a winner and you have a loser.
I don't know. Sometimes in boxing, you don't know that. Go ahead.
That's true. The problem becomes when you throw one judge's scorecard in there that is so far off, you wonder, what was I looking at? What were they looking at?
Well, she was obviously
What
out
just
of
took
her mind.
place? What just took
Adelaide
place?
Bird, I think her name
Adelaide
is, an
Bird.
What
experienced
just took
title
place?
fight judge.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
That's
and
what they
and
say.
she had Alvarez winning 10 or 12 rounds or
Yeah.
something to that effect. And again, you saw the fight.
I didn't think he didn't win 10 or 12 rounds.
Well,
You could say they split a lot of rounds.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. But there was not a dominant force in 10 of 12 rounds.
Right. But it doesn't make a difference.
No.
Even if she scored it correctly, it still would have been a draw.
Yeah.
It still would have been a draw, how the cards came in.
Yeah.
Was this a war? You saw it. I've only saw clips.
It was a good fight. It was a good fight. The problem with boxing is we don't have the hyped people anymore.
Yeah.
And when you get into this, you're not, as a boxing fan, you're not invested as much in these guys like you were with the Tysons.
Yes.
Or some of the greats.
Yeah.
This is just, when you had Hearns back then, and you had Leonard, and you had Hagler, you had fans that were invested in those
Yes,
guys.
you're exactly right.
Now it's, okay, this is the next
We don't know
big
who it
fight.
is.
Well, this is the
Yeah.
next big fight.
We don't know who it is.
And we like big fights, so we're going to promote the big fight. We're not
This
really
was a big
promoting the
fight.
people.
This
Yeah,
was
but we're
a
not
big fight.
promoting the. We don't have these guys coming through the Olympics, being a part of,
Okay.
and so it loses some of that in.
I agree.
It also hurts. It's the second major fight in a
Yeah.
week in
Round-
2
round-
weeks.
well,
And the
it's so
thing is,
close.
Rick, it's like, you want fighters that hold titles to say that they are deserving of it. You don't have that many fighters that, besides your Floyd Mayweather,
But these two guys,
that holds
these two
the
guys
title.
are legitimate champions. All right,
Okay.
Alvarez and round two's coming. In another
Sure.
year, we're going to have
Yeah,
a
it
rematch,
is,
and
it
it could
is.
be
But
another
when
one.
we had Hagler Hearns,
Yeah.
we knew Leonard was getting the winner.
Exactly.
And we knew the guy was going to
Exactly.
come back and fight the winner of that.
Right.
You had this trilogy of guys you could get behind. This is okay.
Your
this is fight-
Holyfields. You knew what was coming.
They're out there.
You
though.
know,
you got to
knew what was
go
coming.
in deep into
I
boxing
agree.
because there's some good guys
Yeah,
out
you
there
got to go
waiting.
deep into boxing.
There's
There's
knew they were
some
coming.
good guys out there waiting. We just don't know a whole
It's a
lot
different.
about
It's a different sport when you have to get off $100 every time you want to watch a
I
fight.
know.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
I agree with
All
that.
right. Jerry Jones. All right. The Zeke Elliott story, we've been
That
trying
was
to
a
keep
heavy
everybody
fight.
up to date. All right.
Oh,
Now,
that
Roger
is.
Goodell, longtime NFL commissioner, is ready to sign a contract extension. Well, apparently, I didn't realize it, but the owners have a salary or something called a compensation committee that decides what they're going to pay. Roger Goodell makes $40 million
That's a
plus
lot for
a year.
for a
all right?
commissioner. That's a
So
lot
all
of
of a
money.
sudden, he's ready to sign his extension. And Jerry
good to be
Jones, over the last couple of days, is saying, "Whoa, however, I can't do a good Jerry Jones impersonation.
Wait.
Hey, we're gonna pump the brakes on this deal here. It's just, look, it's interesting timing.
Oh, most
it's not
definitely.
interesting timing.
You don't think like
It's
everybody?
obvious timing.
You
It's
don't-
not
I'm
interesting.
giving him the benefit
you
of
don't-
the doubt. It has nothing to do with the Elliott case.
You don't think that Roger Goodell knows that too?
Well-
the person that it's coming from.
You don't think the other owners don't think? don't
Well,
know?
I mean, you know,
That could be my player. You know,
40
Jim. That could be my
44
player.
Funny, he
40
was awfully well on Goodell when it was about Tom
Oh, yes,
Brady.
he was.
Exactly.
Yes,
You're
it
right
was.
about that.
Oh, we didn't have any problem with that.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's
Go
his
get him,
problem.
Raj.
Yeah.
Look.
Funny.
The NFL is very strong. All right, there's no doubt about it. All right, the attendance is still strong. The ratings
Yeah.
are starting
Starting
to
to
seeing
cry.
a little softness. All right, the attendance in the first weekend, okay. You've got some stadium issues. You got the
Yeah.
Oakland issue with Vegas and that whole thing, but still, it's still strong. 40 to 44, 48 million dollars for your commissioner. Maybe Jerry's right. Maybe saying, come on now,
a
let's
lot.
get realistic.
That's a lot.
Back off. I mean, not saying he doesn't want him as commissioner.
That's
All
a
right,
lot.
maybe he's just tapping those brakes to say maybe it's a little
I think
too
those
much
brakes
money.
are being tapped for Elliott.
Really? You are a conspiracy theorist.
Look,
Are
I don't
you-
think there's any
Are
conspiracy.
you going to let my guy get back and play, or we need to discuss this
You
more?
want your new contract?
You
That ain't
want
gonna
40
happen.
million, cut that
ain't gonna happen.
suspension to 3
Speaking of
days.
money, speaking of money, we didn't get on this last week. I put it. Tillman Fertitta,
Yeah.
$2.2
Buys the
billion
Rockets. He buys the Rockets.
for the Houston. Now, if I remember my
No, you're right,
facts
Rick.
right, this is the record in professional sports.
Yeah.
Football, hockey,
Yeah.
basketball,
Yeah.
whatever. $2.2
billion.
billion for an NBA team and its assets?
Yeah.
I don't.
Good
You think it's that
gosh,
much?
where are we
don't
going?
think
I
it's
don't think it'll
that
end up
much.
being that
I don't
much.
think it's that much. I mean,
But
we know that.
I
but
think you'll see numbers come down a little bit. But I think it's, look, what people.
Even if it's $1.5 billion.
I'm going to tell you something. Somebody told me almost 8 or 9 years ago. There is so much money yet to be made from professional sports, and that was just coming into the apps
Right.
and
Yeah.
all the
streaming.
You're right,
social
you're right,
media
you're right,
and all
you're
that
right.
television. You know, nobody cares if the stadiums are empty now.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because it's about the app, it's about TV, it's about pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And everybody's getting $10 million from their local medias.
Yeah.
The Dodgers signed a $1 billion deal. Small markets are getting huge money to televise these games. So, I don't think it's going to come back unless something changes the market completely.
Yeah.
That's the Rockets.
One thing I think with the NBA, the demographics, okay, the demographics, the cool factor of the NBA, the superstar, philosophy of the
Yeah.
NBA
Yeah.
favors their growth, favors their
And
growth.
internet, they're very good internationally.
International.
Yeah.
too.
They
But
make
I don't
a
know.
lot of money
Whatever the
internationally.
numbers.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
know, Tillman Fertitta, obviously the company Landry's owns the Golden
Yeah.
Nugget here. We all know that. But whatever it ends up being, it blows my mind, guys. It blows my mind. All right,
pretty strong.
we got to go. We're out of time. LSU, Syracuse, and Troy.
Yeah. I'm not even excited, Rick.
You're not even going to talk about it.
Not
Jim,
even
we appreciate it,
excited,
sir.
Rick.
All
Jim,
right.
as
We'll have the
always.
Sports Senator back in the coming weeks.
Yes.
We appreciate you watching. Have a great sports week, everybody. We'll do it all again next time.
Soundoff 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 4 Monday through Sunday nights at 9 and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10. Soundoff 60 also airs throughout Southwest Louisiana on Vive Broadband Channel 6 at 9 p.m. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the guys and access our website and our great advertising partners at soundoff60tv.com.